Khalil,
Yo,
how you feeling?
I feel amazing right now, man. Yeah, that was a tough fight. Yeah, but it was good. It was what we expected.
How's the body feeling? I see you walking up here with your legs.
Yeah, calf kicks. Calf kicks are a crime. No, yeah, everything's good. Yeah, a little swollen calf, a little swollen knuckle, but my heart's full and my head's good, and that's what I'm thankful for right now.
It's been a few minutes since your fight, man. How do you feel about your performance?
Man, if I'm being absolutely honest, um, I was swinging big, man. I was swinging big, and I'm okay with it because enough landed for me to get that decision. Um, but that's definitely not the best version of me. You know what I mean? So I'm I'm ready to get back and sharpen some stuff because I don't like how big I was swinging. Like I feel like when I think of the best version of myself, it's a lot different than that. It's a little more sharp. A little more bouncing, moving around, stuff like that. So overall, I'm okay. Like I'm grateful for the performance, all that. But if there's one thing that I would correct, it's definitely like not swing so damn big.
You were swinging hard. I mean, was that the game plan? Just go in there and knock him out?
Nah, actually, it was opposite. You know what I mean? Like the game plan was completely opposite. But after like one of them landed, I hit him. I remember hitting him with a hard punch, and he just like stared at me, and I was like, "Fuck," So things change, in the heat of battle when you hit a guy with the kitchen sink, and he just keeps coming forward. So in a way, it just, I guess instinctively, I felt like I needed to swing big to slow this guy down. But I think that I did, enough with like the jabs once my coaches and, John's like, dude, you need to straighten them out, straighten out the punches and, lower your stance a little bit. Don't swing so heavy. I made a little bit of adjustments, but I'm gonna make a lot more adjustments going back into training.
When the scorecards were being read, did you feel like you won the fight?
Yeah. Here's exactly how I felt. So for me personally, and what I gave, like internally, knowing that I had to come out in the third round and give better effort than the second, I did my very best to just push a little harder. Not necessarily than him, but push myself a little bit harder. And so whether the judges gave me that or not, it was a victory for me. Does it make sense? Like I felt like that was a victory. So for them to give me the victory in the cage, then okay, like it all balances out, But if they were to give it to Dustin, I know that when you leave it in the hands of the judges, it could go either way. But either way, man, it would have been a victory for me tonight, for sure.
While you were doing your interview, there was some fan screaming at you, and you told him to shut up.
Yeah, because I was literally like I was trying to listen to what Michael was saying. You know what I mean? Like I was doing my best, but there's just some guy popping off, and it just happens. Like after a big fight, adrenaline's high, everything. So I had to tell him shut up. But I mean, I'll get better at ignoring dumb stuff. But yeah, put a muzzle on the guy, man.
You're most likely going to be ranked number 13 on Tuesday. How does that feel?
Feels amazing. Yeah, that was the goal. That was the intention. We came in here to win. We trained specifically to come in here and to take his spot no matter how hard we had to fight. We didn't come in here thinking that it was going to be a one-punch knockout, thing. It was just like, we're going to fight as hard as we possibly can. If there's an opportunity for a finish, scout it before you fucking dive into it. It was just we that was the intention, to come in here and to take that number.
A few years ago, you were on as a kid. You were contemplating if you wanted to fight some more. Fast forward, you're on a winning streak, going to be ranked. Like, what's it all kind of like feel?
Yeah, a few years ago, I didn't know what was really going on, but I didn't really have a lot of like vision in a way, you know, like my vision was a little bit blurry. But now I feel like there's more purpose, man, to why I'm doing this. It's, you know, this. Yes, a lot of it is about me, but especially after that last victory over Robertson and having those like emotional moments and just the amount of people that reached out and just, man, I had some guy, he comes to Syndicate to train now. He packed his bags, brought his girlfriend from Chicago. He's on this crazy weight loss journey. You know, like people just, man, the amount of messages and people that saying like, dude, I've changed my life. Thank you. How could I not take that in and think like, okay, how can I expand this, you know? So as I now climb, the plan is to now, you know, start to bring some people up with me, or at least start to help, you know, help people to see the light, you know. So we got some plans. We got some, you know, we got some big plans to make some really cool differences and keep helping while I climb. So I'm here. I said it before. You know, I'm here to do my best. I'm here to keep climbing the ladder and here to reach the top.
You said after your last fight that you were going to start like a Discord community on an online court.
Yeah, in a way. So I'd started the Discord, but I mean, even that's not enough connection, man. I need to be face to face with people. You know, like when it comes to needing to really like find some type of purpose or direction in life, you got to be face to face. You know, like Discord was a good idea because of just like, you know, COVID, all this stuff. Everybody was so, you know, doing things remotely. But no, I have a plan, man. I'm going to bring people like to one place and I'm going to spend time with them at least for like a weekend, you know, and I'm going to take them. The goal is like the mini vision is like, hey, man, you come spend a weekend with me. And I guarantee by the end of this weekend, you're going to see something different for yourself. You're going to see a different path for yourself. After you know, to spend Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday with me, I guarantee you that Monday morning, you're not going to be feeling the same way that you were on Friday morning. And you're going to want to be the best version of yourself. And that's what myself and my coaches and things like that have planned. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be sick, man.
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
You said that you're not going to return until you're in the UFC game.
Yeah, dude, don't call me. Dana White, Hunter, Mick, don't call me until I'm in the game. Like, don't ask me who I want to fight next or when I want to fight next. Put me in the game. Call them. Make a call. Tell EA Sports, like, dude, this guy's been in the UFC 7 years. Get him in the game. That's all I ask, man. Like, and then we can start talking about what's next and who's next.
A couple non-fighting stuff. You did an interview with GQ Sports.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was amazing. So I'm now with IMG Models in New York. And that's really cool because I've just always been a fan of, you know, fashion and streetwear, but mostly over the past couple of years, I've just been really interested in just like more like high fashion stuff. I live in New York City now, so it's like, oh, this is cool. Oh, this quality's great. So, having an interview with GQ magazine sponsored by Gucci, I was like, ooh, you know, like I felt super bougie. Yeah, man, that's the goal. I want to, you know, I would love to in the off season, like be able to like model campaigns, you know, like I would love for these brands to start reaching out and that be something that, you know, that I can add into just my experiences when I'm 60 years old. I can be like, yeah, you know, I modeled this and I fought this and I was in the video game and, you know, just kind of stuff that I can take with me when this is all over because we're not going to fight forever and I'm not going to fight forever. So I want to have some things that I can take with me, you know what I mean? And these are things that would make me happy. Yeah.
That's awesome. And finally, two things. The fans were kind of fascinated with your that you like Love Island UK. Do you still watch it?
Love Island UK?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think Love Island UK is probably the best like version of Love Island there is. Like Love Island Australia is cool. Love Island USA, UK is where it's at. I'm a huge fan of like London and UK, man. From the music to just the television shows, things like that. Yeah, I got love in London for sure, and I got love for London. Skepta, like he's like my idol. So, yeah, Love Island, UK. Yeah, I'm a fan, admittedly.
And then finally, kind of Halloween. What's your favorite horror movie?
Dude, if I'm being honest, like I'm not really a horror guy. Like shit kind of creeps me out. You know what I mean? like you know what I mean? Like I don't like being scared, especially like something jumps out at me or something. Like I don't know if that thing's gonna move. I don't like having like weird thoughts. Like if I wake up at midnight to go, pee, and I'm just like, oh, I just saw that, some demon came out of a mirror. Like that's thoughts that I really don't want to have, whether they're real or not. So I really don't watch horror, or like I really don't like fuck with Halloween like that. So, but if I had to choose, it'd probably be like Texas Chainsaw Massacre or something, because it's more like gory than it is like demonic. Yeah.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
I've just got one fun one. Another Halloween. We're really into Halloween back here right now. So, what was your favorite costume as a kid?
Ooh. I have no idea. Well, it's a memory. So my best friend, when we were growing up, one of our my favorite Halloweens is we were pirates. And I remember like his parents turned the house into like a haunted house. People were coming trick-or-treating, and I just remember him and I in the front. We were maybe like 7, 8 years old, just like fighting, with our swords, and like we were like, oh, I'm gonna defend the yard, and we're like climbing the wall, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna conquer, just like that moment, that memory with my old best friend. Yeah, I think that was it right there. Yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna say that pirate.
Do you dress up nowadays?
Nah.
No.
Nah, but I thought about it. Because I don't like I said, I don't go out, I don't like party, I don't know, I don't really have many like friends like that. But the thought did cross my mind if I was going to dress up, and if I did, I'd probably be like a baseball player or something. Just because like I've been watching baseball a lot lately, and like World Series, I was like, maybe I'll be like someone, or like I'll go buy like I'll never buy an Astros uniform, Yankees uniform. I'll be like a New York Yankee or something.
I was just going to ask you, but I don't know if you're cheering for the Astros.
No.
Phillies, right?
Well, actually, right now, between Astros and Phillies, like I think I'm going Astros. Yeah, I think I'm going Astros, but not far enough to where like I'm gonna go and wear like a Astros uniform for Halloween.
Are you a Yankees fan normally?
I'm a newborn Yankees fan.
Okay.
Yeah, I live in New York City. I just went to one of the games and stuff like that, so I got the energy, and I'm like, okay, I can get used to this. I can cheer for the Yanks. So yeah, it was tough watching the Houston Astros just stomp them.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hold it against you that you're a Yankees fan and you're cheering for the Astros. I'll just pretend you said the Phillies.
Pretty much like my brother, someone who I'm really close to, had some experience, like playing with the Astros and stuff. So there's another like personal connection to where I'm like, okay, I got a lot of connections.
Yes, that's acceptable. Thank you.
Just a quick one for me. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Awesome with the big shots. Some people might not be too much of a fan. They're like, oh, be technical, make those elbows tighter, Khalil, but you were swinging for the fences.
Yeah.
So people can't ask for more. You said discourse. So I know the last time you talked to media and you opened up about your past and conquering things, writing a book. But the discourse now is what is going to...
No, so the Discord was for me to... So I run a brand called Such, where it's kind of like my creative outlet, right? From like clothing or just things that I enjoy making. Instead of putting like Khalil Rountree on a shirt, I make my own stuff that I can wear, and also fans of myself, can wear too. So I made a Discord channel for us to kind of stay connected, share music, share what's going on like in the crypto world, things that I'm interested in. That's what the Discord was about. The book when I mentioned that I wanted to write a book, yes, but there's a couple different parts of that. What I've been working on personally and what I've worked on in the past is the story. It's a graphic novel, right? And there's a character, and it kind of ties into my life story. But after I mentioned that, I had a bunch of people reach out to me like, hey, we're down to help you write this book. So, after thinking about it, I don't think that now's the time. I still have some time to continue to, win fights and go through this battle. I mean, I can start it, start talking about it with another writer, and we start building it, but it probably won't be released for a while. And I still haven't found somebody to help me, write the story. So the Discord is just really for you to connect with me through my brand type of thing. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. Shout out to Such, and congrats on the big win.
Thank you.
So what you're saying is you're more into romantic comedies. Is that more your movie?
Nah, man. I'm a psychological thriller, crime drama. Yeah.
So real life thriller stuff. That's almost as scary
Yeah.
as like the demonic stuff.
Nah, not even close.
So you like that Dahmer stuff?
I actually haven't watched that. Yeah, no, I haven't watched that. Let's see. What can I? There's a show on Amazon Prime, Prisoners of War. Sickest show on television. It's Israeli.
I have to go check it out.
It's amazing. It's all subtitled, but I'm telling you, it's the best show. And like the story behind it is it's crazy.
I dig it.
You watch that show and you'll be like, okay, I get it. I know what type of shows he likes. Yeah.
I dig it. You're sort of criticizing your big shots that you were throwing out there, but from the beginning to the very end, it didn't look like you lost any speed and you lost any strength. So you could definitely tell like you had done the work. So even in that you were criticizing that you were throwing the big shots, maybe you weren't throwing the combos that you want. Did it still feel good? Did you feel like you were tiring? A lot of times when guys throw a lot of that arms, that big strength, they get it tired. You didn't show any sense of tiring out there.
With my coaching staff for this fight camp, like there was, even if I got tired, there was still no getting tired. You know what I mean? Like these guys worked me, like from, doing stuff with John Wood and Billy at Syndicate MMA, doing my primetime performance with Lorenzo. Like, dude, these guys are dedicated to me and making sure that I get the best work. And so there's no holding back. So like I can throw big shots, but and like not get tired because of like all of the work that we put in collectively. You know what I mean? I don't like that I swung so big because I felt like I could have swung more like accurate. Like if I didn't swing as big, then I would have been able to land a lot more precise straight punches and, maybe wear this guy down a little bit. Maybe because he's tough as hell. But that it's just personal critique, you know what I mean? Like overall, man, I'm happy. Like it is what it is, you know what I mean? But you guys are gonna definitely see a different version of me next time. Don't expect to see me come out here and like swing it all big like that. No.
Well, maybe it was because of those shots too, because it certainly looked like his face was showing more damage. And you think that damage is partially what the judges weighed in the judges' favors as well?
Yeah, absolutely. He definitely did, wear more damage. And with the shots that he did land on me, I haven't really like looked in the mirror yet, but I don't really feel like I have any, any damage. So mine were harder, more significant, I guess we would say. You know what I mean?
And last thing for me, it looked like at the very end, after they said the scores, you looked over. I know you had said that he had said some things. It almost looked like you were looking for that bit of respect or a bit of, okay, I was wrong or something. Did you ever get that moment with him after the fight? Did you
Yeah, absolutely. So, this fight, I turned off. I haven't been on social media in like almost a month. I just wanted to focus, but I didn't really do like many interviews, and if I did, I never said anything really bad or regarding Dustin Jacoby. But I would receive text messages from people saying like, oh, he said this, or he said that, or he said he's going to knock you out, or he said, you're this or that. And I was just like, yo, that sucks, because from what I saw, from the tapes that I watched on him, like preparing for this guy, in my mind, like I just had an automatic like respect level. I was like, this guy's good. This is gonna be hard, you know? And so afterward, I asked him, I'm like, hey, like, you know, is it true, or do you still think that like I'm a pussy? Because that's what I had heard from someone, but I never went to research it. I just heard it. I was like, do you still think I'm a pussy? And he said, well, no, I had never said you were a pussy. I just said that you weren't mentally tough and that you need to work on your mental toughness. And I was like, so, okay, well, I am, and I do every day. And you know what I mean? And after that, it was respect, you know what I mean? So I think, you know, I wanted to wait until it was over. And a lot of this fight and a lot of my motivation was to be able to kind of gain that respect, you know what I mean? Yeah, I knew he was a tough guy. I respected him right off the bat until I started hearing things, and I'm like, okay, cool. Well, I just have to go in there and I have to prove that I'm not a pussy and I am mentally tough and I can do anything in the world.
Awesome. Congrats on the victory, brother.
Thanks.